What if the thing you're worried about today is the very thing God is asking you to place in His hands? Trusting God does not mean you suddenly understand everything. It means you choose to believe Him even when the next step is hidden. There may be a situation in your life right now that you cannot fix, control, or predict. You have prayed about it, thought about it, and maybe even lost sleep over it. But something begins to change when you stop carrying what God never asked you to carry alone. The first thing that happens when you truly trust God is that your need for control begins to lose its grip on you. You stop trying to force every door open. You stop believing that everything has to happen according to your timeline. Proverbs 3 verse 5-6 says, "Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding." That verse does not say you will understand everything. It tells you where to place your trust when you do not. Sometimes God will allow you to stand at a crossroads where neither direction looks obvious. He may not give you the entire map. He may simply give you enough light for the next step, and that can be enough. The second thing that happens is that your peace becomes stronger than your circumstances. You can have unanswered questions and still have peace. You can face uncertainty without allowing fear to control every decision. Philippians 4 verse 6-7 reminds believers to bring their requests to God through prayer and thanksgiving. Then it speaks about the peace of God guarding our hearts and minds. Imagine going to bed without having every problem solved, but knowing that God is still awake. Imagine releasing tomorrow because you finally realize tomorrow already belongs to Him. That kind of peace is not weakness. It is faith becoming stronger than fear. The third thing that happens when you trust God is that your perspective begins to change. A closed door may no longer look like rejection. A delay may no longer feel like abandonment. A season of waiting may begin to look like preparation. Think about Joseph. His journey included betrayal, slavery, injustice, and prison before he eventually stepped into a position of influence. If Joseph had judged God's plan by his worst day, he might have believed his story was over. But God was working in places Joseph could not yet see. Your current chapter may not explain the whole story. God can be preparing something through circumstances that currently make no sense to you. The fourth thing that happens is that your faith becomes deeper. Easy seasons can make faith feel simple. Difficult seasons reveal what you truly believe. When you trust God while the answer is delayed, your relationship with Him becomes more than asking Him for what you want. You begin seeking Him because He is God, not simply because you need something from Him. You learn to pray even when the outcome is uncertain. You learn to worship even before the breakthrough arrives. You learn that God is worthy of your trust before you see the result. And something powerful happens inside you. You become less dependent on circumstances to determine whether you have hope. The fifth thing that happens when you trust God is that you become willing to follow Him into places you would never choose on your own. Faith sometimes requires movement. You may have to forgive someone. You may have to leave something unhealthy behind. You may have to begin again. You may have to say no to an opportunity that looks attractive but pulls you away from God. Trust means believing that obedience is better than comfort when God is leading you somewhere new. Abraham stepped forward without knowing every detail of the journey. Peter stepped out of the boat when Jesus called him. The disciples left familiar lives to follow Christ. They did not have every answer before they obeyed. They trusted the one who was calling them. Maybe that is what God is asking from you right now. Not to figure out your entire future, not to predict every outcome, not to eliminate every risk, just to trust Him with the next step. If you're waiting for an answer, keep praying. If you're facing uncertainty, keep walking with God. If a door is closed, do not assume God has forgotten you. If your prayer seems delayed, do not confuse silence with absence. God could be working in ways you cannot see. Isaiah 41 verse 10 reminds us not to fear because God is with us, strengthens us, helps us, and upholds us. So breathe. Release the pressure to control everything. Give God the relationship you cannot fix. Give Him the future you cannot predict. Give Him the problem you cannot solve. And give Him the part of your heart that is tired of waiting. You may not know what tomorrow holds, but you know who holds tomorrow. And sometimes that is the greatest peace faith can give you. Your story is not finished because you are in a difficult chapter. God is still writing. Trust Him when the road is clear. Trust Him when the road is confusing. Trust Him when the answer comes quickly. And trust Him when you have to wait. Because faith is not believing that everything will happen exactly the way you imagined. Faith is believing that God will remain faithful, even when His way looks different from yours. If this message spoke to your heart, take a moment today to surrender your situation to God and choose trust over fear.